local shitty 15-year-old skater boy who can totally do an ollie but has never like actually provided proof, coming in here with another makeup chopping block. Today is going to be a little bit easy. The past few days have been a bit overwhelming. We are approaching the darkest day of the year and my brain is like, go crawl in a hole and hibernate. So we're keeping it easy today. I've only got 3 items here that are on the chopping block and they are all lip items. So let's do this. I'm questioning whether or not I want to like really lean into this very exhausted, tired look that I already have going, or if I should conceal. I'm gonna go with a little bit of concealing. Like I said, the winter solstice is coming up. I think it's actually tonight because I skipped a couple of days of filming. And oh god, I just can't wait for it to be over. I just want to fast forward like a few months to where like it's actually light when I wake up at 7 in the morning and still light when it's time for me to like start winding down to go to bed at like 8 p.m. I really miss living in Southern California for that specific reason, because the sunlight each year was so consistent and it was just so abundant, which is probably why a lot of people wanted to move there. Who figures? Ideal climates with good lighting. I got a couple of friends doing quarantine down there, or you know, that live down there that are doing stuff, and I'm just like, oh, I'm so jealous. It's actually supposed to be a huge storm today, so I have no idea why there's any sunlight out, but I am taking advantage of it. I am basking in this while doing my makeup and chatting while filming me doing my makeup. Just totally normal. I don't want to go too crazy with this because I'm planning on putting lipstick all over my face today. So why cover up some areas that are just going to look wacky later? This was a gift to me this year from a friend, and it's perfect. I actually do a lot of butts in my art because I'm a very, very serious artist with highbrow tastes. And I definitely have a coffee mustache right now. Cool. This was perfect. Just fucking nailed it. I love this. It's also huge, so this means I get to drink even more coffee in one sitting, and I'm just like, yes. I'm working with 3 lip products, 2 of which are cream, 1 of which is a gloss, and I'm pretty sure this one's sparkly. So we've got a variety of finishes and textures and colors here. This guy right here is, which one are you? A sparkling navy, like a really deep navy, and I have my black lip liner out just to make this work a little bit better because I know it is dry. And I have a neutral cream lipstick that's kind of like a rosy-ish nude. So here we go. My plan is to have a very monochrome, like blushy look on the lids, a little bit on the peripheries here, kind of a little bit on the bridge of the nose and everything, just make me look kind of cute, and then just have like a very glossy dark lip, because I don't know, it kind of tickles me. I like that idea. I think I may also do some very clumpy lashes with this, because why not? Let's get kind of gross today. I love it. I'm going to start with the lipstick and just getting it all over my face. This is actually a $1 lipstick that I bought on a $1 online makeup retailer, and it's actually not that bad. The colors are good, they perform pretty well, they're comfortable, they don't really set down too much, but my problem is with the packaging, like, blah, it's just so shitty. I have ones that are like completely coming out and everything like that. The product's good, just the packaging's awful, but it makes sense at a $1 price point. My eyebrows are a little grown out, so yeah, we're just gonna like kind of lean into grunge, I guess. Yeah, I just kind of keep it like that. Do the lids first and then see where to go from there. Let me go ahead and face the sun so I can actually take advantage of this lighting. It's very nice and it feels so good on the face. Can't believe the year is almost over. It still feels like it's like May to me. It's very, very bizarre. I started the year in very, very stressful circumstances, so it's all just been this massive blur of things happening one after the other, after the other, after the other, and I haven't really had time to process everything or like really get what I needed out of the situations that I was in, and it's just, oy. Ugh, I can't wait for it to just, well, I mean, like, there's nothing that's gonna happen. It's just gonna be a day, the next day. It's not gonna magically go away, but, you know, there's that New Year's optimism. Ooh, yeah, I actually like that. It's just kind of like fucking around with the shape, but I think it actually ended up looking pretty good. I like that. I've been going through and cleaning out the rooms in my house because, you know, without having guests over for 9 months and, you know, just being by myself and, you know, dealing with being alone so often, I've let the house go a bit because my mental health has not been the best it has been. But I'm finally just trying to sift through everything and get things to where they're supposed to be, and I've been unearthing things. So I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that I had that. But it's just been a big old mess. Anyways, while I've been sifting through stuff, I did find my little optimistic, like, what I want to get out of 2020 thing that I wrote myself last year, probably at around like end of November, and oh my god, rip my ambitions, rip me. Oh my god, nothing got accomplished. All the things that made 2019 exciting for me, because 2019 was a really bad year for me as well. But what made 2019 good for me, like, all of that's gone, and I'm just like, oh snap. So, like, I'm just gonna play things day by day, like I have been. Maybe I'll make, like, a very vague goal to move forward to, but, like, I'm not gonna be making any resolutions this year because, if anything, 2020 has taught me that everything is unpredictable and everything is in flux constantly, so don't get too married to ideas. Maybe, actually, I think I'm going to be working towards, like, a very frostbitten person, because, like, the lips are going to be blue, and I'm just going ham on my nose right now. So, like, it's going to be kind of like a après-ski. So let's pretend that I am well, see my face. I'm not going to pretend I'm a socialite from France going, you know, skiing in the Alps or something. But let's just say I got lost while I was going skiing. And it's just like, oh no, it's cold, but make it fashion. Nice color. It's very russety, which I think is helping with this. I mean, honestly, it looks a bit like Rude's HS since I'm putting it right here, which, not a bad thing, but a little frustrating because sometimes it kind of flares up on me, and it's just like, well, I look a little bit more drunk than I am. Just put a little bit up here too, because high points. I'm gonna get a little bit sunburned by that blinding snow and, you know, sun combo. I've actually never been skiing in my life, or snowboarding, or anything of that fact. I am terribly uncoordinated, and I'm even afraid to do bicycles. So imagine me on skis, just flying down the mountainside, crashing into trees along the way, getting chased by abominable snowmen, and eventually just, you know, having the screen say, game over. It's not a very pleasant thought for me. It looks like a lot of fun. I just don't... Physics scares me, is what I'm trying to get at. Physics scares me. There's just too much zoom and less control that I have over everything, and it's just bad equation. My forehead is looking very bare. I think I'm definitely going to put a little piece of that up top and then also on the chin. Otherwise, it's just going to be like, rah! So red. Oh, I was reading an article about Tang, is it Tang or Tang Dynasty beauty from, like, the Tang Dynasty of China, and, like, they really, at certain points during that dynasty, really got into rouge, like heavy full cheek rouging, or like something similar to this, which was like a nice kissed peach color. And like they would put appliques on their foreheads, and like the lip shapes got really, really like exaggerated and just beyond what's considered like natural lip shapes. And it was just such an interesting, expressive period to look at. And of course the eyebrows were magnificent. So this is actually kind of reminding me of one of those, because I've already got kind of the eyebrows going from some years of popular eyebrow fashion anyway. But yeah, it's amazing. I really appreciate that we know about it, and that we have records that, and art and everything that really just has a nice historical record for makeup through history. Because this was back, oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know what time period it was, but this was many, many, many years ago. And it's just fascinating to see how beauty standards and makeup trends and everything have changed so much, and how like specific to like social ideals and the cultures that they are. It's awesome. And then here I am just smearing lipstick on my face, being like, haha, I like colors. Just put it on my face. Yeah, I think I need to put some on my temples too. It's still just looking a little blah. Yeah, my skin has not been happy lately. It's just so much change in the weather. Like temperature changes, humidity changes, everything like that. It's just like, so it's just been wreaking havoc on me, and I'm doing what I can. Let's go into the actual lip stuff of this all lip product thingy. Got a lip oil on, so I'm just gonna try to dull it down a little bit so it's not as slippery. And I still really want that protection in there because I know that the lipstick I'm going to be using is dry. It's also patchy, and so right now I want to see if it looks good enough over a black liner or if it's even worth the effort. So, black lip liner first. I think I'm going to do another over-exaggerated Filtrum and lip peaks here because I really like the look, honestly. I'm slowly doing my natural line, and then I'm going to bump it up a little bit more because I do want a lot of coverage of this black underneath that blue because, like I said, it's patchy. So here we go. Pushing it up. Alright. Then I'm just going to drag it up, making sure that the little ridges of my Filtrum and stuff like that, that's where my point is going to be. Because, I mean, like, it's going to look unnatural either way, but I just like it when it's a bit more severe and pointed towards the nostrils. Or, like, where my lip probably would peak if I actually had an upper lip, you know? Thanks, generations and generations and generations of very, very, very white people. But also, on the other hand, even though my lips aren't en vogue right now, I do have a very dainty, doll-like mouth, which, you know, it can be very fun to play around with. Like, I really like the little just tiny dot in the middle there and just having like this itty-bitty, teeny-tiny pout. It's very, very fun. But I will say, I definitely get roasted a lot more now for having no lips than I did like 10 years ago. So this NYX lip pencil, even though I am going over like a matted down lip oil, it's still just very emollient for a lip liner, and that's really not what I want. I want something that's a bit drier that actually kind of stays there and sticks there. And this guy kind of isn't it. Even though he's not on the chopping block, like, should he be? Am I happy with that? No, I'm not. Let's get this guy in there a little more. So I haven't kept a lot of luxuries or extras, like, you know, streaming services or anything like that with the pandemic because, you know, finances are tight and you gotta axe things you can kind of survive without. But one thing that I had never axed and really had no intention on doing is my Spotify premium account because I hate being advertised at. I absolutely hate it. But also, like, being able to download their stuff and listen to it offline is really, really nice. And it's great to have, you know, background noise and be able to kind of explore genres a little bit more and everything like that. And I'm just over here saying, like, oh yeah, I gotta explore new stuff when my, you know, 2020 rewind is essentially the same stuff from last year, which is basically just all, like, Lehman Demon, Neil Cicierega, Talking Heads, B-52s. Yeah, no, I've definitely got a little interesting little bubble of music that I like to stick to, but I've really been able to branch out a little bit more this year. And I really got into disco there for a little bit, which was fun. Kind of the running joke when I was a kid, because it was the 90s and disco had died only like 10 years prior, like everyone was still shitting on disco, so I just kind of had it in my mind that, oh yeah, disco is just, it's not something that you watch, or it's just not something that you listen to. It's bad music, it's garbage. But I actually like started listening to some, and I was like, this is fantastic, which then kind of led me, I'm doing nothing here, but it kind of led me into the 90s dance club stuff. Because, like, I got to see club fashion in the 90s, and it always looked really cool, but I had no idea what was going on there because I was a kid, and I didn't have any kind of cable in the house past 96, and, like, you know, whatever. But that's been really, really fun. Because growing up, all I had was, like, my dad's music taste until about 2002, 2003, until when I found 1077 The End. And I had a little, it was like a boombox that was this big, and it had removable speakers and everything like that. And I got it at like a yard sale, and it was battery powered, but I would stay up so late at night listening to that on low volume and just listening to the alternative music that was coming out at that time period. And then I also stayed up really late and listened to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew, which, oh God, my young ass shouldn't have been listening to, but, you know, it was really that program. And, you know, living in a larger city where I was exposed to more people with varied, like, you know, sexual or gender identities, opposed to the smaller town that I live in now, which is actually pretty fucking queer for a small town. But, like, living in a larger city gave me more opportunities like that, and then, like, having local radio like that also really helped. And it was stuff like that that really introduced me to, you know, identities, and that helped me get to where I am today that I otherwise would have never really known about, because that kind of stuff wasn't really taught in public school, even though I lived in a very progressive state that had a very good sexual education curriculum. Like, that stuff was never really gone over, like, you know, people that are born intersex or transgender individuals and all that other stuff like that was never really introduced. So I am grateful for my upbringing, and also my sneaky tendencies and listening to radio and music. Radio doesn't get enough love because it's, gosh, this stuff is so stiff, and it's already taking off some of the lip liner underneath. But even though there's advertisements all over it, radio is one of the, like, easiest free ways of getting information or listening to music or stuff like that. Like, you know, if you want to watch cable TV, you have to get a TV, you have to get cable. If you want to listen to the radio, you have to, like, go through the radio, or, like, if you've got a car, you can use that while you're driving and listening to that. And I think that's pretty cool. Because, like, yeah, you can read the news on the internet, but news sites are frequently getting more paywalls, which makes it a little bit harder to access. Not everyone has access to the internet. And print media is still, you know, you gotta buy it. So I'm a big fan of radio. It helped me to get me to where I am today, both in, like, my musical taste and also, you know, developing a sense of self. So it's pretty rad. And let's tie that back into, like, Spotify. And it's because of that, like, I have such a deep connection to music, and it's so important to have around. And that's why I enjoy having Spotify, because I don't always have access to the internet. But I have access to my offline playlists. I also have access to a radio in my car, but I don't really drive very many places anymore. I'm not going to sit there and run the battery just to listen to the radio. Okay, there we go. It's shiny, it's sparkly. I was going to put the lip gloss over this, but I'm thinking that would be overkill because it's already looking pretty glossy as is. I'm going to kind of clean up the edge a little bit over here with the lip liner. Oh my god, it's already moving around the lipstick. Ugh. Oh my god, yeah, no, this lipstick is going. It's such a fun concept, but it just doesn't work. So sad. Lastly, we have this gloss. I know that I don't like this formula. It's very, very thin. I am a child that went through the 2000s and the like juicy tubes and just glossy ass, sticky ass lipstick phase. So I am nostalgic and actually prefer the feel of a more plush gloss, if you will. And this one is just super thin, and like there's, I know it's like a clear gloss, but there's no pigment to it, and I don't like the applicator, and just so this one I know is going away, but I want to see how it performs on the skin, or just pop it around my eyes, probably my eyelids, just to have some fun. But not a fan of this one. Gosh, and it dispenses so effing little every single time I dip in here. Like, I'm trying to get a nice good glob, and it's taken forever. Okay, hopefully this will be enough. Just want to get some glossy lid going in here. Why the fuck not? Have fun. Textures, colors, finishes. Ooh. I love a good glossy lid. Not lip. Well, I like a good glossy lip too, but it's fun to just have one every once in a while. It's not practical for, you know, office wear, or even at, like, you know, the bar, that unfortunately right now is not having any assistance, so there's no hours for me. But even at the bar, this would just be too much of a hassle. But it is very fun. Let's see, try to blend the gloss outward so it doesn't have such an abrupt end. To do a little bit of brushing of the pointies. They're gonna look really messy no matter what. So, got some gel on my forehead. Just give them a little bit fluffy, why not? Meh, there's too much texture going on my face. Oh no! Just get them a little sleek. Don't need the extra. I can't find my super messy mascara, so I'm just gonna try to make this really, really boring natural one look nasty as hell. I actually don't hate this as an eye gloss. Insofar, I mean, like, it totally trashed the blush underneath. I should have put that on last, oh well. But it totally trashed the blush underneath instantly. But, like, it's really, well, I mean, like, yeah, it's sticky, but it's not super, super uncomfortably sticky. I want to hate this so bad. I'm gonna let those lashes dry and then go in later with even more. Alright, I think that's gonna be as messy as they get. Do I like the look? Am I beautiful? Yeah, I like it. I actually like it pretty well. I mean, I wish that this blue lipstick, oh my god, see, like, I touch it and it just, oh my god, and it's all over my teeth. Hey, how you doing? You wanna go on a date? Holy shit. Yeah, this guy is leaving on a jet plane. I know he'll never be back again. Oh babe, I want to see you fucking go. The color's nice. I love the color, but the formula, tragic. It's scratchy. It's just blotchy. It don't work good. So that one's going. I am going to be keeping, actually no, I don't think I'm going to be keeping this one because I have a color that is really, really similar to this in my collection already. So, like, while I do like this one, I'll do the other one. So, goodbye to that one. Oh my god, I hate this. I hate this because I knew that this was going to be like a shoe-in for leaving, but I love it as an eye gloss. It works really well. It's like, it's comfortable. It's comfortable. I hate that. I also don't like the fact that the brand is really kind of sketchy about their animal testing because they sell in mainland China. So, like, I can't buy from them anymore. I'm conflicted, but I'm keeping it. I'm so disappointed in myself. Well, I am blinded. The gloss and the eyelashes are just in my field of vision. I am squinty. It is time to go. I had a lot of fun doing this one. Thank you to listening to my rambling. And, yeah. I'm happy to get rid of 2 things, and I'll see you tomorrow with some other stuff. Look at that freaking lip print. My God.